You ever notice how your brain can be asleep all day, and then at 11:57 p.m., it suddenly becomes a Nobel Prize winner? Like, where was that version of you at 2 p.m.? If your life runs on last-minute adrenaline, keep watching, because number 6 is the one people mistake for talent or willpower. And quick disclaimer, none of this is a diagnosis. Stress, anxiety, burnout, lack of sleep, those can copy a lot of these patterns. But if you hear these and go, wait, that's my entire personality? Number 1. Your start button only works when the deadline is screaming. You had hours. You had plans. You even told yourself, I'll start early this time. Then you clean your room. You reorganize your desktop icons like you're launching a tech company. You suddenly remember you need to learn the history of the Roman Empire. And then the clock hits almost too late, and your brain finally wakes up like, oh, we're in danger. Now I care. It's not that you don't want to do the task. It's that your brain doesn't register time the way other people's brains do. It registers consequences. So your motivation shows up late, wearing a panic mask, and calls it productivity. Number 2, you lose the plot mid-mission. You stand up with a purpose. You walk into a room like a person with a plan. And then, nothing. You freeze. You look around. You try to pull the thought back like it's a fish that slipped off the hook. You open a tab to do one thing, and 10 minutes later you're reading reviews for a toaster you don't even own. That's not you being dumb. That's your working memory being a slippery bar of soap. Your brain is juggling too many thoughts, and the moment you switch tasks, the original thought just evaporates. And the worst part is how it makes you feel, like you can't trust your own brain to hold on to something for 30 seconds. Number 3, you need extra stimulation to focus. Most people think focus comes from silence, but your brain? Silence is loud. It's like the moment the room gets quiet, your thoughts start echoing off the walls. So you do what works. Music, background videos, brown noise, walking while thinking, chewing gum, tapping your foot, anything that gives your brain a small anchor. Because for a lot of ADHD brains, the goal isn't no noise. The goal is the right amount of noise. Too little, and your mind drifts. Too much, and you overload. But that sweet spot? You can lock in so hard people think you're disciplined. You're not. You just finally found the setting where your brain stops sliding around. Number 4, your mouth can't wait for the rest of the conversation. You're listening. You really are. But the second someone starts a sentence, your brain predicts the ending, and your response forms instantly. And it sits there, vibrating, begging to be released. So you jump in. You finish their sentence. You interrupt not because you don't respect them, but because your brain treats waiting like a physical discomfort. Then you see their face, and you instantly regret it. This is one of the most misunderstood parts. ADHD isn't always not paying attention. Sometimes it's paying attention to too many things at once, and your brain tries to keep up by speeding everything up, talking, reacting, responding. And later you replay it like, why did I do that? Why can't I just be normal? Number 5, your body is sitting, but your system is not. Your leg is bouncing like it's keeping time for a song nobody else can hear. Your fingers are picking at something. You're clicking a pen. You're shifting positions every 12 seconds like the chair is made of ants. And people say, relax, as if you haven't tried that 10,000 times. For you, stillness doesn't feel peaceful. It feels like you're trapping energy inside a closed jar, so your body leaks motion just to stay regulated. And here's the sneaky part. Even if you look calm on the outside, your mind might be doing sprints on the inside, replaying conversations, planning 5 futures, remembering one embarrassing moment from 2014, and also wondering if you left the stove on. Number 6, you don't lack focus. You have focus that shows up like a storm. This one is the plot twist, because people think ADHD means you can't focus. But sometimes you focus so hard you disappear. You sit down to do something for a minute, and then you look up and it's 3 a.m. You didn't eat. You didn't drink water. You ignored messages like you fell off the planet. And the scary part? In that moment, it feels amazing, because for once, your brain is quiet. One track, one channel, no noise. That's why it's so addictive. But then reality hits. You forgot everything else you needed to do. You blew through sleep. You missed deadlines for the important stuff because your brain grabbed onto the interesting stuff like it was oxygen. So you're stuck in this cycle. Can't start. Can't start. Can't start. Then, can't stop. And that's where so much shame gets born. Because from the outside, people see inconsistent. But from the inside, it feels like you're either at 0% or 300%. If you related to this, I'm not telling you what you have. I'm telling you you're not alone in how your brain behaves. And if it's messing with your school, work, relationships, or mental health, talking to a professional can genuinely change your life. Not because you're broken, but because you deserve tools that actually fit your brain. Now be honest. Which number hit you the hardest 1 to 6? Comment it. I read them. And if you want part 2, I'll do the signs people never talk about, like emotional overload, rejection sensitivity, and why simple tasks can feel physically painful to start. Subscribe if you want more storytelling videos like this. See you next one.